A fresh page on those calendars means another month of new releases here on Nintendo Switch, and every single month we like going over the games we think you should keep your eye out on, and this month we have a handful of ones that I think are actually going to be a ton of fun. Hello everybody, Gabe from SwitchForce here, and we have had an onslaught of amazing games on Switch lately, at least games that I'm really enjoying. I know people are really into Fire Emblem Three Houses right now. Ultimate Alliance 3 is something that I enjoyed immensely. The list goes on and on. Super Mario Maker 2 is something that I know a lot of people are still spending time with. That doesn't stop new games from coming. And today we are going to go ahead and get into the ones for the month of August. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that thumbs up. It really helps us out a ton. And if you want to help us out even more, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our other content. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the games of August. We are going to be going in release order here. So if you're excited for something and I haven't mentioned it, wait till the end of the list to see if I do mention it. But with all that out of the way, let's get started. Fans of Marvel recently got an awesome experience with Ultimate Alliance 3, and now fans of the DC Universe are gonna have a cool experience of their own with DC Universe Online coming to Nintendo Switch. The game is free to play, so I want to get that out of the way right off the bat. You don't have to pay anything to experience this. Now, this game is a little bit older. It is quite old. It is an MMO, and Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 was like this big single-player, fully featured package, and that's not what DC Universe Online is, but DC Universe Online is also free, so we do have to keep that in mind. It launches on August 6th, and a couple of things we want to talk about here. What if you already played DC Universe Online elsewhere? No transferring your account over. This is going to use the Nintendo account, so it's going to be brand new. There's no crossplay or anything like that. They're starting fresh, and for me, that's the only reason that I am going to give this a go. I played it when it released back on PlayStation 4 back in the day, and if people were able to carry over the characters, I wouldn't have necessarily found the interest to jump in. But since it is new and everybody is starting fresh, that does give me incentive to just hop on in there and have adventures. You can play with your friends as a created superheroes, fight with or against over 300 DC character in this game of unprecedented size and content. Channel your inner hero or villain by creating your own character, living your own story, and joining with others to create your own leagues of superheroes and super villains. That's the one thing that I always thought was cool about this game. You can play as a hero or villain. In MMOs like this, so much of the fun is created by you and your friends. So if you have a group and you guys are all into superheroes, this is a really awesome one to get into. I know Zach and I are going to jump into it. We liked it back in the day, and we can't wait to see it revitalized here on Nintendo Switch. Obsidian has been showing the Nintendo Switch a lot of love lately. They announced The Outer World is coming to the console at some point, and on August 8th, Pillars of Eternity Complete Edition is coming to Nintendo Switch for $40, and that is if you pre-order, because otherwise it's $50. So $50 normal, $40 if you go pre-purchase right now. The original award-winning RPG from the masters at Obsidian Entertainment is finally in the palm of your hands. Pillars of Eternity released to critical acclaim and dozens of awards on PC. Now the fantastical world, tactical combat, and unforgettable storyline can be taken anywhere you go. Pillars of Eternity Complete Edition includes all the additional content from the PC version, including the DLC and expansions. The game has been optimized to play comfortably in front of your TV with a controller or in handheld mode. Easily navigate the game's detailed character creation in real time with pause combat and party management thanks to the thoughtfully updated UI and controls. Gather your party, venture forth, and embrace adventure as you delve into a realm of wonder, nostalgia, and the excitement of classic RPGs with Pillars of Eternity. This is an award-winning story. Okay, this comes with the additional content, the White March Parts 1 and 2. My experience with this one is limited. I did play it when it originally released on PC. I didn't finish it all the way through. It is a big game with a lot to do. The story in the game is something that they are really proud of with good reason. I know that a lot of people love it, and it's awesome that it's finally on Switch. If this runs well, this could be a really good addition to your library. Good on Obsidian for supporting the Switch like this, by the way. If you've never heard of PoE and you are wondering what it's like, think Diablo. If you enjoyed Diablo 3 on Nintendo Switch, you're sure to like this. This is one that, like I said, I never got to complete, so I am looking forward to spending my time with it here on Nintendo Switch. Next up, we have what could be one of my most anticipated games of the month for Switch. And that isn't because the game is amazing or anything like that, but the times I've had with the game are just so fun. Alright, Friday the 13th, the game, Ultimate Slasher Edition, August 13th for $39.99. This game has died on PC. There was like a lawsuit. There was a whole bunch of stuff that happened that made it so that me and my friends could no longer play this. It's still available on consoles, and I've never played the console version, but it's coming to Nintendo Switch, and I'm excited to give it a go. If this is good, if it runs well, man, I am going to have a ton of fun. Alright, welcome back to Camp Crystal Lake. Play as the iconic Jason Voorhees. For the first time ever, you will have the opportunity to play as Jason, the most famous killer in horror. Stalk your prey, ambush them whenever you see fit, and strike fear in the hearts of so many hapless victims as you become the legend himself. Friday the 13th, the game will include a variety of kills, new and familiar, that will help you set the tone for the Jason Voorhees that you want to be. You'll even get to unlock various Jason incarnations from the movies. Jason will be equipped with a terrifying array of abilities, giving you the control of a hunter at the height of his game. These are his woods, and he knows them all too well. Jason will not only feed off the fear of his victims, but he will become stronger as the night progresses. The darker the night, the more terrifying Jason becomes. The focus of this game is completely multiplayer, okay? You are either Jason or one of the camp counselors trying to escape. You are trying to find a way out by any means necessary. You got to put a battery and some gas in a car to drive away, but Jason is always on the hunt. This is one of my favorite types of multiplayer. If you've ever played things like Dead by Daylight, this is right up there. And the fact that it is Jason, one of the most iconic characters in the slasher genre, one that I'm a big fan of, has made this one a really fun time. I told you at the top of the segment that I used to play this on PC a lot, but that community kind of just died. I'm hoping that this is sort of a reincarnation of sorts here on Nintendo Switch. It's just like Jason always comes back. I'm glad that this game has come back. It's a hell of a good time, and I do recommend it. It's a little expensive. I wish it were cheaper, and I have no idea if the port's good or not, but if it is good, this one will be a bloody good time. Now to a completely different genre. Square Enix is bringing us Nanaki on the 21st of August for $50. This is the next joint by Tokyo RPG Factory. I actually recently played the demo and came away fairly impressed. The new action RPG Nanaki tells the story of one watcher on a journey to protect life after death. Nanaki features exciting hack and slash style battles with deep customization of your demons and weapons. Experience unique action gameplay combined with a deep and satisfying story. Alright, that's one thing that instantly stood out to me. Thematically, this game is doing some really cool stuff. It has to do with reincarnation, accepting that life isn't forever, and questions about what comes after. So thematically, I really enjoyed what was here. The gameplay is a little simplistic, but do keep in mind it's only based off the demo. The demo is available right now on Nintendo Switch. You can go play it for yourself, and if you enjoy it, you can carry your progress over to the full game. You can pre-purchase it and be all set up and ready. I'm excited. Now, do I think that this is going to be absolutely amazing? Not from what I've played so far, but it is fun enough that I want to see where the story is going, and I just barely scratched the surface of the complexity of the combat. Yes, it's hack and slash, so it's simplistic by nature, but there is a lot of customization. There are different like demons that you can have with you that have different abilities. There is a lot there that I'm really intrigued by. Tokyo RPG Factory, they do really cool stuff. I Am Setsuna is a neat little game that I thoroughly enjoyed, and I know a lot of other people did too. Again, the price point, it's a little bit high. I do wish that it was a little bit lower, but it's a really small download, 2.8 gigs. It's a tried and true JRPG. I really like what they're doing over there. It's one of the best things that Square Enix has going, in my opinion, what they're doing with the Tokyo RPG Factory. So I'm looking forward to it. If you're looking for another JRPG fix on Switch, this one just might scratch it. We have arrived at the big one, ladies and gentlemen. Astro Chain is releasing on Nintendo Switch on August 30th for $60. A big retail product by Nintendo. This is the next Platinum Games joint from the makers of Nier Automata and Bayonetta. I am so pumped for this. I have been ever since I first saw it. Humanity's last chance against an interdimensional invasion is a special living weapon called the Legion. As a rookie officer in the Elite Police Task Force Neuron, you and your Legion will work together to solve cases and save humankind. I had no idea when this game was first announced that there was like Batman detective style type gameplay in it. Okay, so you go, you're checking out a case, you're following footprints, you get into like detective vision from Batman, and you go on the hunt for these monsters that are threatening the world. It's stylistically really unique. The gameplay does remind me of Bayonetta, and that's a good thing. I love Bayonetta. Platinum Games is known for their gameplay. They excel at it, and the fact that this is kind of a mixture of Bayonetta and a little bit of Nier Automata, and the Legion being so unique and different. There are different Legions. Each one of them kind of behaves as a different weapon. You have really quick ones that maybe don't do as much damage, but then you have really like slow ones that do way more damage, but you have to be more methodical about how you are attacking. The fact that you're kind of controlling two characters at once is something that's been intriguing to me the whole time. Aesthetically, I also think the game looks like decently good for it being on Nintendo Switch. I've been so hyped from this one from the get-go. Taking the role of a special forces officer who has control of these Legion is a really cool concept to me. There seems to be a ton of variety in the gameplay. Some of the boss fights that I've seen are crazy. Absolutely crazy. Some gargantuan enemies that you're gonna need to take out. Very flashy visuals, some awesome music, some cool set piece moments. There's a lot here to love. For the most part, Platinum Games is a name you can trust. You know that when they make action games like this, they know what they're doing. So for me, since I am such a big fan of what they've done in the past, this is probably gonna be one of the games I'm looking forward to the most this year, and I'm glad that it is finally almost upon us. I've been excited for a very long time. Big single player adventures like this, right up my alley. Probably a very cool story with some trademark Platinum Games craziness in it. Yeah, sign me up. I am there day one. But there you have it. Those are the games that we are most excited about for the month of August. There are a couple more things coming out that we might have missed. Pine still has an August release date of some kind. We just don't know exactly when that is happening, so I did want to mention that. The Double Fine game Rad is also coming out on August 20th, but we're a little bit mixed about that one. We're waiting to see how that one turns out, but everything else here that I mentioned, I feel like is going to be like really awesome in one way or another. So let us know which of these games are you most excited for, or are you excited for something we didn't even mention? Leave that in the comments below, letting us know what you think. I want to remind you, hitting that thumbs up button really helps, so go ahead and do it now if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, maybe even hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our content. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. It seems like a fun month is ahead of us, and we can't wait to get into all these games, and I know some of you can't either. We will see you on the next one. We appreciate your support. SwitchForce out.